Hello, and welcome to Career Development's The Science of the Cover Letter on-demand webinar. Before we talk about cover letters, let's talk about some other resources Career Development offers. In addition to cover letters, we can also help with resumes, interviewing, job and internship searching, networking, and choosing a major or career path. Currently, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, we are only scheduling virtual appointments with students and alumni. To schedule a virtual appointment, please call or email us. Our office hours are Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. You may also visit the Career Development website for more job search and career development resources. In addition, you can visit our job site, New Hire, for currently available positions and other job search resources. Now let's dive into cover letters. Why are cover letters important? Your resume details your education and experiences. The cover letter is your opportunity to make the connection between your experiences and a specific position. You are demonstrating that you are a great fit for this specific position, that you can communicate clearly, and that you have researched the organization. You are differentiating yourself from other applicants who may have similar qualifications. Another way that I like to explain this is that a resume shows employers that you're qualified for the position. A cover letter tells employers why they should hire you over every other qualified applicant. There are three purposes of a cover letter. The first is to introduce yourself to the employer and clarify the position being applied for. When, where, or how you learned about the position and/or the organization, and why you are applying for the position. The second purpose is to highlight your strengths and qualifications for the position. This is not a repeat of the resume, but a select review of specific areas from your background that are relevant to the particular position. The third purpose is to encourage the next step in the application process. For example, I will contact you in a week or so. I trust that we can arrange for a mutual time to meet and discuss in detail my qualifications, or I can be reached at and give your phone number or email. Remember the three purposes of a cover letter that we discussed in the last slide? We'll use those to structure our cover letters. The first section of a cover letter is where you will introduce yourself, the position you're applying for, how you learned about the position, and why you're interested in the organization. That last part is why it's important to research the organization and even the specific department or office within the organization before writing your cover letter. After you make those introductions, you'll then end this section with a brief statement that you feel you are a strong candidate. This doesn't have to be longer than a sentence, and you don't have to be specific with this statement, as you will talk specifically about your strengths and qualifications in the next section. This section should be a brief paragraph to ensure that you leave enough room to talk about your strengths and qualifications. In Section 2, you'll highlight your strengths, skills, qualifications, and experiences as they relate to the specific job you're applying for. This section can be text alone or a combination of text with a bulleted list or table. Use the job description to identify exactly what qualifications they seek and mirror their language. Use the same words and phrases that they use in the job posting to describe your related experiences. As I mentioned earlier, this is not a repeat of the resume, but a select review of specific areas from your background that are relevant to the particular position. I always suggest looking at the job posting and highlighting the different skills and qualifications that they're looking for. What skills do they mention the most? Which of those skills do you have? that is what you should be talking about in your cover letter. Now that you've figured out what skills and experiences you'll be focusing on, make sure that you're not just copying and pasting bullet points from your resume. Go into more detail about how you've used those skills and what you achieved by using them. For example, in your resume, did you talk about increasing efficiency in your department by 20%? This is where you could go into more detail about how you increased efficiency in your department. You can also use this section to talk some more about what you know about the organization to enhance your argument. The third section is where you will encourage the next steps of the application process. This should be a brief paragraph. You want to make sure that you are actively pursuing the next step. Instead of saying, "If you believe that I am a good fit, feel free to contact me," say, "I welcome an interview for the position," or "I look forward to hearing from you." Don't give the employer the chance to think about whether or not they want to interview you, but instead suggest that they should interview you. Your resume and cover letter won't land you a job, your interview will, but you need your resume and cover letter to land you the interview that will land you a job. When you're writing your cover letter, remember to accomplish these 3 things. 1. Demonstrate your interest in the specific position and organization. Why do you want to work there? 2. Highlight 2 or 3 strengths that are related to the position and reflect your unique experiences. And 3. Express your enthusiasm for the position and the organization. Now that you know how to structure your cover letter, here is how your cover letter should be formatted. At the top of the page, you should have your contact information, followed by the company and hiring manager's contact information. If you do not know the name of the hiring manager, you can use their title, for example, Director of Marketing or Hiring Manager, to address them. Below the contact information, you'll write the body of your cover letter, which should include the 3 sections that we discussed earlier. After the body of your cover letter, you should choose a professional closing, such as "Respectfully yours" or "Sincerely," and type your full name. If you are submitting a paper copy, leave some space above your name to sign the cover letter. Choose a standard professional font, such as Times New Roman or Arial, and use between 10-point and 12-point font size. And finally, just like your resume, be sure to proofread your cover letter. It's also helpful to have someone else, such as someone in career development or one of your professors, proofread your cover letter. As I mentioned at the beginning of this webinar, please call or email us if you would like to schedule a virtual appointment. We're here to help you, especially during these challenging times. And please be sure to check out our other job search and career development resources.